So it's been roughly 20 years since I last played Chrono Trigger. I played it when it came out on my Super Nintendo. Since then, gaming has changed a lot, but I've never beaten it, and I would only get to I believe, the Proto Dome, or whatever the dome is that you do with the robot. It was my favorite character, along with the frog. Anyway, not that that's really helpful. Anyway, this is the final boss. This will most likely be really boring, just because I wanted to show my stats off, though, because I managed to, with only a day and a half of playing, I managed to max out all their stats. It only took about an hour of grinding to max all their stats out. Not max, but pretty close. They all have 999 health. But you know what? Okay, I needed to heal my characters first. I've restarted Chrono Trigger multiple times since I was a kid, but I was never able to finish it. I don't know why. It's definitely not a bad game. And anyway, Lavos is the final boss. It's actually a pretty hard boss considering my character's stats are maxed, and I still managed to die the first time I tried this. This part's easy. The second part became the frog, who I've affectionately named back because I'm a very mature adult. Yeah, I don't know why I did that. This is a save state saved from over a year ago. Actually, I started playing this a year ago. It's not really that long of a game anyway. Basically, the goal is to bust off the arms. I really like this song too. This is it's a remix. It's a remix of pieces from the other main track that's in this game, which is really cool, actually. Once you blow off the arms, it's pretty easy. The next part is a pain only because it takes forever to die. In fact, I could be using all kinds of skills on this guy, but I think my biggest problem was I used all my Mega Elixirs on the other bosses, which were easy. I should have saved it because I didn't expect this to be at all hard. But I'm really not that good at this game. I'm generally good at turn-based RPGs, but this one, I don't know, it's just every turn-based RPG from PlayStation 2 era and back has usually had one game-breaking ability and a bunch of just random stuff for the final boss. The final boss is usually way over the top on purpose, and that's the case here, so it's pretty much designed to be, you know, kind of like, no matter how much you max out, it's still going to be too hard. That's the whole idea, is to make it it's almost to make it operatic, to make it seem like it's something that you couldn't do. Because the first time you face this guy, Lavos, he kills you in one hit, so that's the idea. There are a couple games where the final boss can take over 2 hours, I'm not kidding. Jean d'Arc, the boss takes well over an hour to kill the final boss, which is, yeah. If you haven't played Jean d'Arc, that's a very good game. After you blow out, deal sufficient damage, you kind of just kill it, and then it goes to the final part. Now, considering there's about 6 final bosses, this is very tiring by this point. But you have to figure that, I guess, like as a kid, or these are generally made for kids. Kids usually they'll spend like weeks playing these games or months even. I remember Xenogears took me 6 months to finish. That was the first one of these that I finished. So it's kind of like, okay, it's supposed to be built up and take months to finish, but for me, someone who likes to finish games in a couple days, a little more aggravating. This is the final boss. Final boss. He's actually really easy. All you really need to do is just... I mean, I'd like to say he's really easy, but he killed me, but I think he is really easy. I just messed up. You have to destroy this left side first, because for whatever reason, and then the right side is the weak point for whatever reason. It's very bizarre. You'd think the center piece would be the... This feels a lot like Earthbound too, I gotta say. This feels like an Earthbound final boss, especially with that backdrop. The music is a great boss here. Somehow I died. I don't know how I died. Alright, I think I gotta get rid of this guy now. The only way I figured out how to kill him is to spam this Luminaire move, because all the other moves take too much time. This targets all the enemies, so we have to blow out the first one. Think first, because it heals it for whatever reason. The game is really weird about healing. The pieces get revived, and blah, 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 blah. I don't know why the game's showing images of a county fair, but thankfully I finished it. It wasn't too hard, but yeah. That is made to be just the sort of thing where you just think you can't finish it, even though I had 999 HP for each character and all that. But yeah, Chrono Trigger probably the best turn-based RPG on the SNES. There are a lot of really good ones on Nintendo, but the production values on this game are through the roof. It has better production values than even most modern games, I think. It's incredibly well done. It uses all the Mode 7 3D look, the scrolling backdrops, it's called parallax scrolling. It uses all that, and it uses it in really unique, creative, artistic ways. So, very good game. Not overrated. Actually, about as good as people say it is. I have no idea what ending I got, though. There's a bunch of endings. Anyway, whatever. I really don't care that much about the ending.